Everything you think you know about fat loss is wrong. We've been screamed at by the media, from news articles, from podcasts to adverts on television, from billboards on the wall, telling us to do low carb diets, keto diets, carnivore, juice cleanses, home workouts, spinning this, workout this, Pilates this. It feels like there's a new article every single week telling you and contradicting the last thing that you read about, leaving you confused and lost. I want to cut through all of this noise and go to war against the media outlets, specifically the magazines, the ones that tell you skinny is back, skinny is fit, that you need a juice cleanse, or cutting out carbs is the best way for you to diet. It's not. Last time I checked a study, people took a low carb diet and no exercise. Guess what? They ended up looking skinny, fat, and deflated. No shape, no ass, and their clothes never fit them correctly. I am done with misinformation. I want to build my channel and my community around strength training, no bullshit approach. Eat carbs, I want to eat protein, I want to eat fats. You need all of those things for your hormones, for your health, for your mood, and also because you love that stuff. The last time I checked the news, there was an article in the paper talking about how this month's go-to thing is cutting out carbs. You do not need to cut out carbs to lose weight. You do not need to cut carbs out at all. You can limit them. You can do a calorie diet. You can do a calorie deficit if you want to get results. That is a strategic, planned event. You don't just limit carbs and hope that your problems go away. What you need to do is stick to a calorie deficit for a short amount of time to get results. Increase your calories, increase your carbs, and then maintain. And guess what? You've got a healthy lifestyle with a strategy because you're working out. We need to stop listening to these news outlets and media telling us to cut things out and not address the real problems. We need to sleep more and better. We need to spend less time on our phones. Every single day, every minute you spend time consuming content from one media outlet to another point of resistance and decision fatigue added to your brain that makes you think and question whether the thing you're about to do is right. The thing that is right for you is the thing that sticks. And that could be high carb, low carb, exercise, Pilates, or no Pilates. It's about finding out what fits you, not the general media consensus. If you are tired of being confused and overwhelmed with all of this stuff, subscribe and like button because I plan to build something big here. Let's focus on the things that actually work and the things you should be doing. You want to focus on strength training. At least 3 full body strength resistance training workouts are enough to give you significant changes to your body, metabolism, the shape, and how you feel. I've got a free workout plan. If you check out my Instagram and look into my guide section, there's a free full day, 3-day workout plan. You need to build a systematic nutrition approach that you can eat to fuel yourself and make yourself happy. If you are eating 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, 19 of those meals can be the same because they're boring, because it's routine, and because you're busy working and doing other stuff. And you can have 2 or maybe 3 meals a week that are for enjoyment. There are dinners out, family lunches, maybe a corporate lunch at work, where you don't have to stress about food. And that is it. That is literally how you stop calorie counting and get to your goals. Food shouldn't control you. You should control your nutrition. Better habits is such an underrated part of all of this. I teach all of my clients to build better routines and schedules in their days. Go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, get your steps in. The more stuff you do in the morning part of the day, the less chances of you saying no are in the evening, because decision fatigue takes it out of you. And then you spend time again consuming media. You read an article that says, hey, carbs are bad for you. And then tomorrow you're confused again and you fall off track. That is why you're yo-yoing, not because you're incapable of following through a plan, because you're consuming so much misinformation. We need more consistency and boring in our lives than we realize. Our brains are so wired with dopamine and finding the next best thing to change our life that we forget that the boring basic works. Look at your job, for example. You go to work, you show up, and you make money and you progress. You need the same approach to your life, your health, and your fitness. You show up, you do the daily, and then the system gets you results. That is exactly how I coach people. You don't use your emotion, you build a system. Because if you're feeling and you're hoping that that will make the difference, it won't. Because you'll read another article in the media, you'll get confused because the feeling will overwhelm you. But if you trust the system and trust the process, you'll get there because it is built and engineered to get you from A to B. It is a tried and tested system. It's what I coach. It's how my clients get results. If you're done being overwhelmed and stressed and you're tired of all the media always confusing you, follow my page, click the link in the bio, book a free call, and let me help you cut through the noise.